for Timmy Gaming slash Deathpod June 25 here with part 2. So now this is all about baseball. So um right now the Yankees and the Mets both having a good year put together so far. So, and I mean, I'm more of a baseball specialist. So the Yankees have so far had a great year so far. I mean, they've made a comeback due to Mariano Rivera tearing his ACL in Kansas City, I believe, when he was going back for fly ball during BP and tried to make himself look fancy and slipped and fell against the wall and torn his ACL. But they've been able to get through a lot. They've had to recently call up uh, Darren. I think it's Darren Ward or something. I don't remember his name, but Darren Ward. And they've had to recall up David Phelps and Freddie Garcia to come to the rotation due to CC Sabathia being out for 15 on the 15-day DL, but he's going to be hopefully back for All-Star break, which isn't really a break, but he possibly will be starting pitcher for All-Star game. And then Andy Pettitte is out for 6 weeks with the shattered, he shattered, I'm pretty sure it's shattered his ankle off a comebacker right at him, so he is out for 6 weeks plus. So they, what the Yankees about to do was had to really step up, and this is what I loved about the Yankees, is that they've always had players in the minor leagues that were able to step up and always take a big role, and that's what they've done. They've had David Phelps, who is definitely going to be a big future for the Yankees, step in. They've had Ward, which he didn't do good in his debut, but that's fine. Then they've had Freddie Garcia step in, and their bullpen has been excellent this year. We've had Boone Logan, David Robertson, and Soriano come in perfect. Soriano's allowed a home run. He has a below 2 ERA. He has 19 saves to this point. And they've done excellent. And he's done great, and that's the kind of bullpen you want. And you look, yeah, they had struggles early in the year, but they've done excellent, like I said, and there's no doubt in my mind that the Yankees will win the AL East, and that you can possibly be seeing them maybe in the American League Championship Series, or in the World Series. I think they can make it, and if they just keep it going, because if they just have to stay healthy, in my opinion, they can't have, they can't keep on having these injuries with Russell Martin. Even though Russell Martin has not done good this year, they can't keep having him injured. They can't. They have to stay away from the injuries with Brett Gardner, who's still not back. Jabba Chamberlain needs to stay healthy. He'll be back by August, I'm hearing. They have to keep Jeter healthy, definitely, and Cano and Granderson, and definitely Teixeira, because those are like their everyday players, and also A-Rod. If those guys aren't healthy, they will not be good. And also, Swisher was hurt this year. They need to stay healthy. So, I mean, they're the ones that if you really, I mean, that's pretty much the whole team. But if you look, if those people are injured, the Yankees don't really. They have to. They're gonna have a lot of issues, because you can't. So the backups for the Yankees have a lot of errors. I mean, so that's one reason why. I mean, but if you really look at it, their DH this year, Raul Ibanez, came from Philadelphia. He's had a great season so far. He's been able to hit a couple jacks here and there, but, well, not a couple, a lot. And he knows how to play Raul. So, I mean, that's That's a guy, that since Brett Gardner's been able to hurt, he's also been able to play left field. But he's a guy that definitely is a guy that knows how to play and could also bring the Yankees to a World Series. So that's my opinion. Now, when we have time, so I'm going to talk to the Mets right now, about the Mets right now, excuse me. The Mets have had another excellent year. You've had David Wright coming up clutch, obviously done a great job. You've had R.A. Dickey almost breaking history, 2 one-hitters, and along with Johan Santana coming back after a couple seasons off due to an injury. They've had Johan Santana come back and he throws a no-hitter, which is the first one in Mets history. And they, like I said, R.A. Dickey throwing 2 consecutive one-hitters and going so many innings without allowing a run. So the Mets are in second place in the NL East behind the Washington Nationals, but that's fine because the top 2 teams, as new playoffs go, the top 2 teams advance to the playoffs. Now I don't know how the rest of the top 2 teams in each division, but I don't know how the wild card works. Like if they have wild card, like I think there's still one wild card, because it would kind of make sense, because then you have the top team not playing the first round, and then you have then you would have basically 11 teams in the playoffs. Wait, correction, 9 teams, and then 9 teams on each side. Then they would have I don't know how you say it, but I don't quite get the wild card, but the Mets could still be in the playoffs because they would win the wild card of the NL East. But if they continue having success out of their starting pitching, they will definitely be up there and in the playoffs again. I mean, they know how to dominate, they know how to win games, and they're above 500 for the first time in a while. So instead of being the last place team in the NL East, they're the second place team. They're flirting with first place. So they're definitely a team I would be looking out for, in my opinion. So you look at that. Now, you look at this point, who's better? Obviously the Yankees are a little bit better right now. Even though they've had more injuries, they've been able to get over through the injury to Rivera, Sabathia, and Petty, and which are the 2 best pitchers, and they've had people step up. Okay, yeah, Nova had a little struggle last start, but Nova's been able to step up, and he's been able to come in clutch when the Yankees needed him the most. And their bullpen's been able to come up. They're really having no issue. I think that the Yankees will be fine. They're obviously better. I think, like I said, they can make it to ALCS or the World Series possibly with the way they're performing right now. But they will have to get through a tough Texas team, which is pretty much the truth because Texas has been amazing. Then they also will have to get through, and the Mets will also have to get through a tough National League East, because if they win the National League East, at least they'll be a little bit better, but they have to at least try to win the wild card. But I mean, they have the Nationals, they've done great. They've had other teams that have done great, but I mean, the Mets, don't get me wrong, they could be the underdogs of the NL East. So yeah. So that's my opinion. That's part 2 of my series of episode 1 for that New York sports, and next up will be the NASCAR. So see you then.